Welcome to Inside Innovation, a Nasdaq series where we cover Nasdaq-listed companies to understand their stories, their strategies, and what they're doing from an innovation standpoint to move the needle forward. So today, we're at the heart of Copenhagen, where we'll be spending some time with Pandora's leadership team to understand what they've been up to. So that includes lab-grown diamonds and artificial intelligence. I'm off to go have a conversation with Anders, who is their current CFO. So Anders, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us today. If you can maybe just provide a quick intro to yourself and your role at Pandora, please.
Yeah, my name is Anders Boyer. I'm the Chief Financial Officer of Pandora, and I've been with the company since 2018, so just shy of 7 years.
So if we go back to the beginning, from when Pandora was a small store, and the evolution we've seen to becoming the global brand that it is today. Can you just talk us through a little bit about that process?
Pandora was founded back in 1982, so in a way we're still quite a young company. It was founded with just one jewelry store here in Copenhagen. And the big breakthrough was in the year 2000 when the founder invented what we call the Moments platform, which is essentially is the idea of putting charms on a bracelet. And that triggered a very fast growth all the way up until today. And by 2010, the founders needed more capital, so we became listed on Nasdaq here in Copenhagen. And now, fast forwarding to 2025, we're still standing here today as the most well-known jewelry brand in the world, the biggest brand by volume, operating in 100 countries with 37,000 people employed. So
you mentioned, Anders, that Pandora was listed on the Nasdaq Copenhagen Stock Exchange back in 2010. And also subsequent to that is now part of Copenhagen 25 Index. Can you talk a little bit about the evolution we've seen within Pandora from being a listed company to where we are today?
Yeah, there's no doubt becoming a listed company, becoming a public company is a big step. It was a very big step for Pandora as well, and a step that was needed to make sure there was sufficient access to capital to keep growing very, very fast after the IPO. And I think on top of that, I think the listing in an interesting way helped Pandora accelerate becoming a mature company. The company was still quite young when it was listed. And as a listed company, you are forced in a way to have proper processes, governance in place. So that was sort of a nice side effect of becoming a listed company.
Very exciting. And as we all know, the Asian market for the last several years, continues to be one of the biggest growing sectors on the consumer front. Can you maybe talk to us about how Pandora is tapping into that space?
Asia accounts for, give and take, half of the global jewelry market. So it's a very big space for Pandora. Up until now, we have deliberately chosen to prioritize other parts of the world. But we are getting close to the point in time where we want to make a more concentrated or structured approach to Asia, because we do know that the jewelry market in Asia is growing. We do know that the demand in the accessible luxury space where we are playing is growing. And we do know that Asian consumers like the idea of the brand DNA, and the jewelry that we are bringing to market. So this is a big potential growth opportunity for us in the next decade.
For our retail investors that are listening to this video, could you talk to us about perhaps some of the metrics that they should be taking into consideration when looking to make investment decisions, and Pandora is in the mix?
Absolutely. First of all, I would say that it's an interesting space. The industry is interesting. It's growing. It's been growing for many, many years or decades. And given the strength of our brand and the scale that we have in the business, we are operating at very high margins. 80% gross margin, which in any industry is quite high. Mid-20s EBIT margin, a lot of cash generation, which leads to that we can generate an earnings per share growth in the mid to high teens every year. And another way to look at the cash generating machine in the company is that even though it's only 15 years ago since we became listed, we've already bought back 40% of the outstanding shares in the company.
Incredible. Well, thank you so much for your time today, Anders. It was a pleasure to meet you.
My pleasure as well. And if you want to hear more about how we're investing in innovation, I propose you have a chat with our Chief Digital and Technology Officer, David Walmsley.
Awesome, we'll do. Well, let's go find David. David, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Sammy.
So I just had a conversation with Anders, and he pointed you out as the person that is in charge of spearheading Pandora's digital innovation and everything, that is exciting about Pandora's world today.
Yeah. Well, it's very good of him to say so.
Yeah.
So I guess, we've got a big part of it. My role is Chief Digital and Technology Officer here at Pandora, driving digital transformation, innovation through the use of technology and data. We have tech teams around the world, so big team here in Copenhagen, about 300 people, and then another 300 in Warsaw, London, Thailand. And we have a lot of fun thinking about how we use technology to drive forward that digital experience for our customers.
So, given your role here at Pandora, your team and yourself are essentially going to be at the forefront of everything innovation from Pandora's perspective. Can you just maybe walk us through what your day looks like and sort of the role you play in terms of pushing the boundaries for Pandora's innovation?
Sure, yeah. I could tell you what my day looks like. It's pretty long, but I think really for us, digital transformation was and is about getting technology closer to the customer. It's about technology that drives outcome. A lot of tech organizations tend to focus on building stuff, building big things, and they can think that's their purpose. Our purpose is to sell jewelry to our lovely customers. And that was really at the heart of the digital transformation a number of years ago. And in terms of innovation, we use innovation through all of our product lines, through all of our areas of technology, working with our stakeholders, working with customers and colleagues to think about how we can drive that customer experience forwards.
Jewelry is timeless. But of course, we know trends continue to evolve, more so today. How does Pandora stay ahead of the curve with regards to evolving its mandate, but also staying true to its heritage, which is Danish as well?
Yeah, sure. I think really at the heart of Pandora is our Moments bracelet platform and charms carriers. And for us, at the heart of that is personalization. The way you put a bracelet together, the way you put charms together, they tell a story. And so personalization is a tech trend in some regards, but for us, it's just kind of like the DNA of Pandora. So when we think about how we stay at the forefront but also stay true to ourselves, we keep that DNA at the heart of what we do from a technology point of view. So it's about personalization. It's about personalizing the experience for our customers every day, whether that's in store or online, and then thinking about how we use technology to really achieve that.
At Nasdaq, we've seen a number of companies leverage AI. It's biggest talking point of today. And from Pandora's standpoint, how are you looking to leverage AI in terms of bringing that physical client interaction to the online space? Is that something you're taking advantage of?
And funnily enough, we talk about AI like 20 times a day, as you can imagine. I think for me, it's about applying AI to our points of difference as a business, to our points of strategic advantage as a business. So we think about the scale that we have, we think about the reach, and we think about our brand. And then we think about how we apply AI to our existing business challenges and opportunities. AI doesn't create, isn't about driving 60 new things necessarily. It's about thinking about how we drive that personalization for our customers, about how we then apply augmentation and automation to our colleagues' roles and colleagues' daily lives as well. But like I said, at the heart of our mission is about personalizing the customer experience. So for us, AI is about finding the right partners. We've got strong relationships with Salesforce, Microsoft, SAP, and then working with those folks to really think about how we can drive forward our customer experience. And particularly with Salesforce, our agent force agenda, selling and service driven by AI. I feel we're kind of like heading towards the front end of what CPG companies are doing in this space. I do think there's a huge amount of FOMO when it comes to AI. Lots of firms really anxious about kind of, are we doing the right things? Just stay true to your principles. That's really at the heart of it.
What else can we expect from Pandora in the near future?
Well, I think in the AI space, what we're starting to do in selling and service with agentic selling and service, working with Agentforce, who's Salesforce's major AI play, I think that's starting to be really special, because I think there's a lot of kind of moonshine and nonsense in the agentic AI space. When you get down to it, it's actually much harder than it looks to build really compelling agent experiences. But I think that's going to be a big play for us over the coming years. So watch this space. We've got more to follow back end of this year on that and over the next few years. But for us, innovation is our lifeblood. And don't just take my word for it. You should go and talk to Berta, our amazing Chief Marketing Officer.
Okay, thank you. Let's go have a chat with Berta. Thank you so much for your time.
No problem at all.
Thank you. Berta, thank you so much for taking the time to meet with us today.
Thank you.
And to start it off, maybe if you could just provide us with a quick intro to yourself and your role here at Pandora.
I am the Chief Marketing Officer for Pandora and the jewelry brand. My role really is to re-enchant the brand every day to make sure that customers keep loving us and coming through our doors day after day.
So let's talk about the brand. Pandora are a global brand. And how do you balance international consistency, sort of while trying to retain the national heritage that is Pandora?
Yeah, that's a good question. And that is the challenge of any global brand. The way we look at it is that there are certain things that we keep consistent and certain things that we adapt. So what we keep consistent is the why the brand matters to our customers. And we make sure that we are connecting our brand to a universal human truth. And that for us is the belief that love is transformative and that bringing love back to the world, it just makes the love a better place. And that's what we keep consistent. We also keep consistent the fact that we are providing a great craftsmanship and a very accessible price. So high craftsmanship, high quality at accessible price. That is consistent. Now, what we adapt is the way that you like to style yourself, the way that allows you to collect and to create with your personal stories and your personal taste, and the people that we use in different markets so they resonate better with the different cultures in the markets.
So I've personally learned something new with regards to Pandora and lab-grown diamonds.
Yes.
Can you talk a little bit to us about that whole process and how that aligns with your sort of strategy more broadly?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when we had to make the decision about going into diamonds, we took into account three things. Is we want to make sure that we continue to be accessible for our customers. We want to continue to provide high quality, and we want to make sure that we do that without damaging the planet. So it was part of our sustainability agenda as well, because all our gold and silver is 100% recyclable, and we actually produce with 100% renewable energy. So going to lab-grown diamonds, it was an evidence for us from a sustainability point of view. But also the quality is the same. You cannot differentiate the one diamond, a mined diamond, from a lab-grown diamond. I like to think that it's like, comparing some ice made on a glacier in a mountain and some done in your fridge, just similar, just produced in a different way.
So Berta, can you tell us a little bit about what the brand means to Gen Zs and millennials?
Well, the great thing about Pandora is that actually it's a transgenerational brand, and we appeal to all ages and all social incomes across the world. So that is the beauty about Pandora. Now, what they come to look for in Pandora is really the possibility of co-creating their own jewelry with their own personal meanings, with their personal style. The great thing about Pandora is a very versatile brand, so you can wear it as you wish to. So it is really something that encourages their self-expression and putting their personal meaning really into the pieces of jewelry. And that's across all generations and social income and everything.
That's super exciting. And just looking a little bit at your background, it is extremely impressive. You know, you're currently the Chief Marketing Officer here at Pandora, but prior to that, you were also the Chief Marketing Officer at Lacoste and then the CEO of Moet. So your eye to detail is great. Can you tell us a little bit about what excites you going forward with Pandora?
Yeah, I think, as you said, I think I have an eye for great things, and this is the case as well with Pandora. And I think what it is interesting is Pandora is an accessible luxury brand, right? So we have two words there, accessible and luxury. So from the word of luxury, what we are bringing to Pandora is high craftsmanship, really precious crafts. We are making sure that we're bringing the high quality and a deep emotional connection. And that is true for a luxury brand. Now, what we are bringing is that we are making that accessible for all. And that is the paradox, but it's in this tension of opposites that is the beauty and the truth of the brand. So what excites me is that while we continue to keep that, we are working on making the brand more culturally relevant and making sure that we continue to create really brand hit, to make sure the brand is always in culture and is buzzy and is buzzworthy.
And can you tell me a little bit about one of the recent campaigns you have run at Pandora?
Yeah, I'd like to talk about our most recent one. And before I was talking to you about the importance of connecting the brand to a universal human truth. So what I didn't tell you is that what is important is that that truth is communicated very simple and with a high emotional appeal. And that's what our most recent campaign, the Be Love campaign, is exactly doing that. But we're also working with women that are actually very true for the brand, because as the brand, they have a style and substance. So very happy that we have worked with people like Pamela Anderson, Winona Ryder, Iman, just to name a few. So the objective of the brand, and we are achieving that, is that we are actually elevating the brand, but we know as well that our awareness, our consideration, all those good indicators of brand health are going up while we are connecting really in an emotional level.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time, Berta. It's been great to hear directly from yourself today. Really appreciate it.
It's great. I truly enjoyed talking to you. Thank you.